So Milan, will digital play a role in reaching new investors?
Digital is going to play a very significant role to scale up to the number of investors which the wealth management industry is aiming towards. I think it's inevitable where digital, for not the firms not to use digital platform to grow and scale the number of investors they're trying to reach. So I think it's an answer which is completely yes. The question is how and why and when. I would say how and when. So I think the time is right now ready with the way the telecom industry. So for example, the new telecom provider could acquire 100 million customers in such a short span, which has taken a wealth management industry or any other industry to take extremely long time to do it. And if you really observe that, it was selling a SIM across the counter where somebody could put his fingerprint and no KYC required, all said and done. And the first step already been taken by our regulators is by bringing in CKYC. So which was the most significant, difficult part for anybody to invest into any financial products. I think that the platform has been set digitally for us as a wealth management industry to grow to that number. It's now we need to see how quickly all the institutions comply to CKYC, which is going to be the first stepping stone towards this. Second is surely the investor education in terms of how does it benefit more than a bank fixed deposit. Today, the biggest competition to wealth management industry is the bank fixed deposit. And I think there were innovative products historically. I think the industry needs to innovate enough products with, unfortunately, the regulations where you cannot commit an assured return, but still how are you going to actually educate people to make sure that there is security as well as growth, or rather the investment returns which could be brought in, and not just rely on bank fixed deposits. So I think the investor education is going to play a significant role for this. And fortunately, India has lots of smartphones. The recent published data which talks about is the India today consumes a similar amount of data which a developed country like US consumes. So I think that's a very, very important data point which got just published a couple of days back, which is a very interesting thing. That means we have enough data bandwidth for us to go digital. That was an issue which I think has been resolved. Data is cheap, data is available with everybody. So I think digital is the only option to reach out in the mass and scale which the industry is looking for.
Milan, what's been the impact of robo-advisors in India so far?
Robo-advisors today have not made a significant impact so far as the assets under management is concerned. Yes, it has created an impact on the wealth management firms because it has actually shown them a path, saying is they also need to deliver an advice using robo. But is it going to impact in future? The answer is yes. It is going to be significantly make a huge difference. The current constraints or scenarios which we have is today on a robo platform, one can buy only a mutual fund product. The rest of the products aren't available on that platform, and I think that is what needs to change, which will be far more impactful as far as robo delivery is concerned. But yes, it is going to show an impact in coming days. But as I've always been speaking in the past, it's just not the robo, but it's going to bring cognitive along with robo to make sure that the advice delivery is far more sharper, far more accurate than what's been delivered today. So I think robo with cognitive is going to make a huge difference in coming days. But so far, no significant impact.
And do you think the KYC and sign-up process needs to be improved and standardized?
The KYC process, it's already been improved upon as we speak. There is a CKYC. So yes, the guy needs to get registered once, and then he can actually deal with any financial institutions in India, whether it's a bank, whether it's for borrowing money, is it for making an investment. So it's a very unique thing which India has done. And I think it is going to have lots of positive impact in coming days. We're just with the start of it, but I am sure it's going to be a very different 2017, at the end of 2017, where most of the institutions would have complied to CKYC and allowing people to onboard a customer in a jiffy. It's going to be extremely quick, and it's going to make a massive amount of difference in coming days. So I think it's under work in progress. I think we are in a very, very good shape as far as that's concerned.
Milan, do you think that traditional wealth management firms will compete or will they collaborate with robo-advisors?
I think the traditional wealth management firms, to my mind, will collaborate with robos. Now, either by bringing in a robo by themselves or tying up with an existing robo firm. But I think traditional firms will go for robo because now in coming days, you're going to deal with a very different kind of a generation, which is looking at not wanting to meet people as often as they've done it in the past. So that will compel these traditional firms to move to robo, if not now, in next coming 2 years. We're not too far away from that scenario.